It's Jules. Welcome back. Thanks for watching the videos again. I appreciate it. Hope everybody is enjoying their week, month, however long it's been since you've been to the channel. Today it's nasty and rainy and they're calling for lots of snow, so we'll see what happens. I kind of wish winter would just go away. I posted a video, it would be 2 videos ago at this point, and some of you gave a thumbs up that you would like some more videos of chickens, so I figured today I would show you some of our newest additions. I got an incubator from my boss and was incubating, I think I brought home about 20 eggs and put them in the incubator, and after about 4 or 5 days you can start candling them, and could tell that a couple weren't fertilized, so pulled those out, and could see that some were fertilized and starting to grow and develop. And got to where I think we had 14 that were fertilized and developing. Would continue checking and notice that I think 3 of them had ended up, I called them quitters. They stopped developing. Something happens and they die in the egg before they are fully grown. So we got rid of them and we ended up with 11. So we had a horrible windstorm come through, I guess 2.5, 3 weeks ago, and we lost power. And I guess during that time something happened in the incubator and it ended up causing most of the eggs to die. We had 5 hatch, one of which has since passed, so we had 4 survivors. And then I went to the store and purchased 3 Plymouth Rock or Barred Rock chickens. They're supposed to be hens, so we'll see. That's what they were sexed as. They're going to be bigger. They're going to lay the big brown eggs, like the great, I guess, the extra large eggs that you would buy at the grocery store. So these guys are all at about 2 weeks of age. One I think is about 1.5 weeks. I brought in my favorite hen. My husband makes fun of me, but I have a hen that I just adore. She is a silky mix. So most of the ones that we have are what you would call a backyard mix. I just got the eggs from my boss's. She has different roosters that go in with different hens, and they've all kind of been intermingling, and we don't know who the daddy is or the mommy is. They lay their eggs and leave. So most of mine are just backyard mixes. So I can tell this one's a silky based on her feather quality. It looks more like poofy hair. Doesn't really have like actual feathers that you would look at on a bird. Like when you looked at Leto, you could see her actual feathers. She doesn't really have that. She doesn't have the typical silky feathering down the legs like most silkies. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hello. But I adore her. And she is who I kept in to help raise my baby turkeys when they were hatched, and she was really good with them. She is only about 4 months of age, 4 months old, so she's not that old. So the reason I brought her in, it wasn't because the babies needed a mama hen. The chicks are born able to eat and drink, and they are just instinctually know how to go and scratch out on the ground and get things. The reason I brought her in is she can't fly, and my birds I let them loose in our yard and they are wandering into the woods, which is fine, but she tries to keep up with them and gets left behind because they can move a lot quicker than her. So I went out, it's probably 5 days ago, I went out and she was gone. We could not find her. All the other birds had come in and she was not there. And my husband was like, you know, she's probably gone. You know, predator must have gotten her, a fox or a hawk. And I was pretty sad because I really like her, but I was like, you know, I'm gonna look because she likes to kind of huddle up under things. So I'm looking and walking to all the spots that she'd been before and wasn't seeing her. And as I'm coming back through the woods, I noticed her curled up next to a downed tree. So from the side I had been on, I couldn't see her because the tree blocked my view, but coming from the other direction, I could see her. So I got her and she was fine. Well, then the next day I let him out, but I was outside, so paid attention. And about an hour later, I noticed that she was missing. So I again go looking through the woods and she was curled up underneath brambles. then when I put her in the pen, I noticed that all of my roosters came over and were trying to enjoy her. So I think what's happening is not only is she trying to keep up with the turkeys because she thinks that they're her babies and she wants to be with them, but the roosters are going after her and it's frightening. She doesn't like it. She's small compared to them. So I think she's trying to hide and get away from them. So I brought her in to keep the babies company. And to keep her safe from them, I have bought a smaller coop that I will put inside my chicken pen, and that will be her new home once the new coop arrives. That way she can be out, can wander, but she will be kept separate from the other birds until I can get rid of some of the roosters. And that way she's safe. So I will show you some of these guys. Funny side note, I'm just laughing. I suffer from seasonal allergies and I've had it for years, and every year I just start taking medicine. Well, since we've moved, we have a new doctor and they had you fill out a whole questionnaire, yada yada. And she's like, I think we should do some allergy testing. And I was like, okay, fine. I know I'm allergic to like pollen and trees, but let's find out. So I go today and they prick you with these like little plastic things. I guess there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Yeah, that makes sense, 48. So they prick you with these different things to see what you're allergic to. And slowly we start noticing bubbles popping up. And I tested positive for 30 out of 48, which is quite a bit. He said on average he sees people that show like 5 to 10. No, I have 30. And he's sitting there and he looks at me and he goes, so would it surprise you to find out you're allergic to horses? And I said, yeah, it would surprise me. He goes, well, congratulations, you're allergic to horses. So I found out today that I'm allergic to my horses, my dogs, my chickens, my horse's feed, basically all the trees on our property. So I just find it very comical that I'm allergic to all this stuff. It just explains why I sniffle a lot. My eyes are always itchy. I get sore throats and sinus congestion and pain a lot. So kind of funny that my lifestyle is what I'm allergic to. So my dad, I think, will be tickled pink because he's always been like, oh, horses are bad for you. Well, apparently they are bad for me. I'm allergic, so go figure. Anyway, I just thought that was really funny. Thought you guys might get a kick out of it. So I'll introduce you to the chickens. I have not named them. Brooke named one. She named one Hollandaise after Hollandaise sauce. And she wants to name one teriyaki. So I haven't really decided. If you guys have any name suggestions, comment below. My husband's trying to come up with egg-related food names, if you haven't caught in that theme. So Benedict, after Eggs Benedict. We have 11 herbs and spices, Szechuan chicken, scrambled, sunny side. What are some of the other names? Albert Eggestein, which has turned out to be a hen, so we're now calling her Alberta Eggestein. Omelet, General Tso's. So if you have any suggestions for chicken names, just comment below, and maybe we'll pick one of your names. So let me start with Benedict. This is Benedict, and she has a funky foot. One of her talent claws is, I'm not sure. She was born like that. Don't know what caused it. So this is Benedict. Look at her little poofy head. Oh, baby, you're so cute. She's so cute. My husband makes fun of me. I think she's just so cute. Look at her puffy tail. Oh, she's a little poof ball. So that's Benedict. She was born here around Thanksgiving, a little bit before Thanksgiving. So she's my favorite. I love her. She's a sweetie. So this one was the first one born here, this hatch. Want to focus? Hello! Look at my cute little feet. This one came out of one of our brown eggs. So I think the mama of this one could possibly be a barred rock. So they're so cute. I'm a cute little chicken.
Look at the little baby. Look at the camera, sweetums. So she's got some white in her feathers. So I'm hoping this one's a hen. This is the one Brooke is calling Hollandaise. It is a silky mix, and we can tell based on her feet. If I can show them. She's got some feathers growing in down her legs. So she's a silky mix. She's like a light brown so far. So we'll see what she looks like when she gets bigger. Yeah. So I'm a cute little chicken. This one was also hatched here. And you can see it also has some white in the wings. So again, I think this one might have also been hatched out of a barred rock hen egg. So might have a barred rock mix. This one was hatched here and it stayed really small. This is my youngest. I'm not sure what kind of egg it came out of. She seems to have, it's called like splayed legs. Her legs tend to stay a little further apart. And she is staying very small so far. So hopefully she starts growing. You can see she's starting to get some feathering in on her wings, but she still has a lot of her baby fuzz. So she's so cute. Oh, little baby. You're so cute.
Those were the 4 that were born here. So the next 3 are the ones that I purchased. They came from a hatchery. I'm not sure where exactly the hatchery came from. So this is a full barred rock hen, or Plymouth Rock if you want to Google. They're black with like white speckles. They look really pretty. So this one's about 2 weeks old. Hello. And they've got the white feet. So all of mine have the dark legs, and the chicks I bought have the white. So I'll show you her pretty feathers. So she's starting to get some of her grown-up feathering in. So you can see the pretty white, easy, the white coming in on her feathers. They're gonna be so pretty. Yeah, it's okay. Say hello, everyone. Hi, YouTube. I'm gonna be famous. So again, this is another Plymouth Rock that I purchased. It's okay. So you can see the white coming in on her adult feathers. Not really adult, but they're getting rid of their baby fuzz. But she's still got the little yellow tuft on the top of her head. I'm gonna be famous too, YouTube. You'll watch me grow. Yeah, what do you think of the camera? Good chicken. And last but not least, yay! So again, the 3 I purchased all look basically the same. So it's gonna be hard to tell them apart. Even when they're adults, they'll look the same. Careful, careful, say hello. Yeah. So those are our 7 new babies. So we have 16 chickens outside, 8 inside because of Benedict. So I've got the 7 babies in Benedict. Have 3 turkeys, 2 male and 1 female. We'll get to add these new guys. They're only about a week and a half, 2 weeks old. So they really are supposed to stay inside in the brooder until they're about 8 weeks, but they will start flying out. So I'm gonna have to put a cover over it. I'm hoping that we finally get some nice weather so I can try and start getting them outside when it's in the 60s and put them in the new coop once it's here so they can be getting out. But I'll show you their little brooder setup that I have inside. I just got in 18 pounds of mealworms. So these are a treat that I feed them. Chubby's mealworms. They're dried mealworms that I feed them as treats, and it helps them know that, hey, I'm a nice person and you want to stay near me. So when I let my chickens out in the morning, I throw out some chicken scratch and some mealworms. Once the bugs start coming out, I probably won't throw out very many mealworms because they'll be just eating the bugs. It's been kind of cool. I've watched them pull worms up out of the ground and eat them. So I was like, oh, that's kind of neat, because I've never really watched that. I'm hoping that they'll really help keep down the tick and bug population on our property. So we'll see if that helps. So in the brooder, I've got their water, and a food dip jug or jar. And then I just bought, it's a little trough that I put in a treat stick that I got from Tractor Supply. And I think it has like oregano, mint, mealworms, and some other things in it that are good source of protein. And it's just a treat bar, so they really enjoy that. So I'll throw some mealworms in and you guys will get to see what they do. I find the chickens really entertaining and funny. My husband thinks I'm nuts, but all my birds have different personalities and they just crack me up. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed getting to meet our new chickens. If you have any name suggestions, comment below. We'd love to hear that. You can also follow me on Instagram. The link is below. I post pictures and video snippets of just different things that are going on at our farm, including the horses, chickens, and dogs. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Are they yummy, Benny?